Hello guys. Today we're going to talk about the High Treason Part 1. This is first of two parts of this series finale. It's the only two-parter in the whole show. We're going to talk about Part 1 today, and we'll talk about Part 2 in the next episode of this. This Part 1 aired on May 13th, 1994. It's 45 minutes long. It has 8.3 out of 10 on IMDb with 100-ish user votes. The director episode's Kim Manners. We talked about them before on this, so we won't get too many details on them. So the Cavalry arrests Brisco and Lord Boiler under the accusation of high treason. They are to be properly court-martialed and executed by firing squad. And then, these two parts is kind of, and I'll read through here as well. Okay, so pretty much in these two parts, they bring back the whole, cast, the notable cast from the whole season for the last two parts. So they definitely, even if they weren't sure if this was going to be the end of the show, I think they knew that it was a chance, but also since it was the end of the season, they knew they wanted to bring the bang for it. And I will say this: the only real significant character that isn't in this two-parter is Dixie Cousins. She is talked about in reference, but she's not in this, and I'm okay with that because her and Brisco had a whole thing episodes prior about their relationship, and it kind of had a cathartic kind of feel to it. So that I don't really mind her not being here. I think that was kind of taken care of prior pretty well. Let's see. Yeah. So this is pretty much just a very solid one part. The synopsis describes the episode perfectly. What really stands about this part 1 is the fact that everyone's there. And it is interesting because you feel like it's a finale. That's the great thing about this in the second part is that sometimes when shows conclude, like another show I did a while back that had an very similar circumstances of Flash, and that show, its final episode kind of felt finale-ish, but not really because everyone knew. This one feels more like a solid finale, these last two episodes, and I think that's what really sells it here. Even if that wasn't their intention to make it feel like a series finale, they give it a good solid feel of it. And I think they did a good job here with that. Now, part 2 has a lot more in it that we'll get to that talks about this whole story as a whole. But as for this, you really can't watch this one without the other. So in terms of episode recommendation at this point, it's kind of a no-brainer that you're gonna watch these two things. I think the biggest thing about part 1 is definitely more of the, I think part 1's more of the dialogue driven of the two, and the second one's kind of more of the big climatic episode, so there's a lot more action going on in that. I don't quite remember why or how they're accused, and even if I did, I probably wouldn't say it here just because of spoilers. But I think my memory will get jogged in part 2 here. But from what I can recall, it's a good part 1. It's a good start to the whole series finale 2-episode thing, and yeah, it's been pretty cool watching the show. I remember watching it with Erin, my sister, and it was it was such a cool little find, and it's funny. And I'll tell this story more about because I almost forgot it. I've been wanting to get this collection. What felt like was pretty much years. I've been wanting to watch the show before I finally got it and watched it with my sister. It was like one of those just hard-seek finds. And I'll talk more about it in my series summary video of it. But this one's really just it was so cathartic, being able to finally watch it after so long. And finally conclude it. And I'll talk more about that in part the next couple of videos. But yeah, that's all I have to say about part 1. Like I said, you're gonna you gotta, even if you were only concerned about the orb storyline, if you're gonna watch any episodes outside of the storyline, it's these 2 episodes, because it does conclude the series. Even if it doesn't relate to the orb, it is still, that. Although, weirdly enough, the final episode in the Orb Saga does kind of feel like a season finale in itself, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, what else do I have to say? Yeah, that's really about it about this episode in itself. So yeah, definitely recommended for sure. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. In case you want to chat with anyone at the Campy Company, you don't want to use the YouTube comment section, we do have a couple options. First one is we have a Discord channel. You can find a link to that About page / About section of our channel. We also have a community tab on our channel as well. You can access that anywhere, anytime. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the videos, and have a good day.